Do you want to get in front of your ideal clients so you can have more leads, influence them, and get more profits in your business? If so, stay tuned. Today we'll be speaking about 5 ways to be visible online. Hi, I'm Cindy J, the Visibility Wiz, and welcome to the Biz Success in 15 show. And remember, if you go to visibilitychecklist.com, you can download an amazing checklist for you to be more visible, which is always going to lead to more clients. On today's show, we're going to be speaking about 5 ways to be visible online. Now, all visibility is, it's getting in front of your ideal audience. And the purpose of visibility is to get leads. It's not to get clients. It's really important to differentiate those two. You're getting in front of your ideal audience so you can get leads. Sometimes, depending upon what your call to action is, if you're speaking and you offer something for sale, then it's for clients. But most of the visibility online is to get leads. It's not to get clients. Then it's your job to nurture those leads to get them to be clients. And remember, again, visibility is not going to do you any good if you are not in front of your ideal clients. I had a client once, and she came to me, she was like, I have all these followers and nobody's buying my stuff, and I don't know why. Well, all of her followers were following her because of some fantastic, beautiful pictures that she took. And so she was taking all these pictures and posting them, and people really liked the pictures. However, she was a spiritual coach. She never talked about the spirituality. So the people that were following her were not her ideal audience. So the very first thing you need to do before you start to be visible is know who your ideal client is. This is your most perfect ideal client. The two of you mesh, you love them, they love you, and they are really learning and growing, and you are helping them transform their lives, right? So once you know who this is, now you have to ask yourself, who is your ideal audience? Your ideal audience is different than your ideal client. For example, your ideal client has certain characteristics and personality traits, but they hang out in this big pond, which is your ideal audience. And then once you know who your ideal audience is, and sit there and think about it. Are they women over 40? Are they spiritual people? Are they CEOs? Are they stay-at-home moms? Right? This is where your ideal audience is. Your ideal audience is this big group, this big giant pond that has a lot of people in it. And it's your job to go in there and influence and speak to your ideal client. I hope that makes a little bit of sense to you. So remember, as I said earlier, the purpose of visibility is to get leads. I can't tell you how many times I've asked somebody, how big is your list? And they're like, oh, I have 10,000 followers on Instagram. That is not, those are leads. However, you want your leads to bring them into your email. That is where you're going to have these one-on-one conversations with your leads. This is where you build the know, like, and trust factor. This is where you start to influence them by helping them get one small win after another after another. So it's really important to be clear on what visibility is and what visibility is not. You can be in front of millions of people and not make a penny because you're not taking these people and first of all, pulling out the leads, and then from the leads, turning them into paying clients. Okay, so over the next couple of weeks, next week, we'll be speaking about influence, how to influence people. And then the following week, we'll be talking about profits. And so this goes along with what I always say is visibility plus influence equals profits. And that's why I decided to do this series this month. So let's go. What's the 5 ways to get in front of your ideal clients? Now, the first one is social media. And don't think you have to be on all of the social media platforms. You can make 6 or 7 figures with only utilizing one platform. You can also make 6 or 7 figures without using social media at all. Yep, that's right. I have a lot of colleagues that are making 6, 7 figures and they do not use social media. This is why it's so important for you to find strategies that align with your personality and your personal beliefs and your values and that of your clients. Social media, you can always find your ideal audience on any social media platform. Some of them may be lower than others. However, I usually use Pinterest as an example. A lot of people think Pinterest is only for women. I can tell you that about 20% of people on Pinterest are men, and that 20% equates millions of men. So if your ideal audience is men, you can still find them on Pinterest. Also, speaking about Pinterest, here's a little tip for you, is if you have anything to do with travel, Pinterest is great for anything to do with travel. So if you're traveling and you talk about different restaurants or different hotels or different places to have retreats or anything like that, you want a Pinterest presence because that's going to help you build your list and it's going to help you build your visibility. And so really quick, I'm going to go through the main social media channels. If I'm not a big fan of TikTok for a variety of reasons. However, TikTok and Instagram has been going more towards Reels as well. So you're going to sit there and you're going to make a little 10 or 15 second video that's going to attract people. But you want them to respond. You want to build the engagement. You want the likes. You want the comments. So that's where your call to action comes in to get the engagement. And that's a whole nother episode of the Success in 15 is getting people to respond to you. Maybe next month I'll start with the different social media platforms, and each month, so you can learn about the different social media platforms. But whenever you have a little 10 to 15 second video, the purpose is to get noticed. It's not to get a client, and nobody's going to buy a $2,000 program from you from seeing a 10 or 15 second video. So it's for you to get noticed. It's for them to follow you. And then you have to add content to your followers for them to know what you're about and see if they like who you are, see if they resonate with you. You are not on this earth to be speaking to everybody. So stop trying to think everybody's supposed to like you and focus on the people you are meant to serve, and continuously ask yourself, who can I serve and how can I serve them? And who is it that I want to serve? And it's all about service. The more you serve, the more successful you're going to be. But you can't just serve and never ask for a sale, because then you're going to be a broke entrepreneur. One of my mentors always says, the worst thing that a business owner can do is to not make money. So remember, the visibility, it's the first part. You need to be visible, because if they can't find you, they can't buy from you. So visibility is very important. But again, the main point of it is to get leads. So how do you do that? Even in the 10-second videos, you can, in the content, you can say, hey, download my free gift, and then have a link to your free gift. At the beginning, I said, hey, you can go to visibilitychecklist.com and download your visibility checklist. So this is, I'm collecting leads here, and this is what you need to do. So all your videos should say either follow me, or it should say somehow lead to them getting on your list. Even social media posts. So if you're on LinkedIn, you want to have in your profile a place for them to get on your email list. You can have all the followers in the world there, but the purpose of social media is for you to get visible. It's not for you to get a client. You can get clients off of them, but you can't just go there and sell. You can't go and DM everybody and like, hey, I can teach you about visibility. Hop on a call with me. because that is yucky and spammy and very salesy, and 99.9% of people don't respond. So you're spending a lot of time and energy doing that. So you want to get visible and you want to see how you can serve them. And that's on any of the social media platforms. The second place to get in front of your ideal audience is your blog. Yeah, your blog. So you want to set your blog up with basic SEO. So hopefully you can get found on Google with the right keywords. And if you are using a WordPress site, I always recommend you get Yoast, YOAST plugin. And Yoast plugin is great because they ask you little questions, you fill it out, and whenever all the lights are green, you have an SEO-based blog post. You'll see different things. People always say, how long should a post be? A lot of people still recommend 3,000 words, which to me is crazy. My average blog post is between 500 and 750 words. You don't want it to be less than 400 words because you may not get listed in Google, but you definitely, 400 or 500 words is not a long post, and it's something that somebody can read pretty quickly, so you're going to get more people engaged. At the end of your blog post, what are you supposed to have? You guessed it, a call to action for people to get on your email list. Hey, if you enjoyed this article, click here to get your visibility checklist, right? So it's all about getting people on your email list, because your email list is one of the places that you have the most influence with. And people read your emails, they get inspired, they get influenced, they get hope that there is that whatever problem they're having now, that there is a solution to it and that you have that solution. So this is building the know, like, and trust factor with your email list. If you've heard me speak before, I always say everything always leads to your email list. Your email list is your heart of your business. So if you don't have an email list, I suggest you start one today. And also with your blog posts, you can intermix that with your social media. Whenever you're doing whenever you add a new blog post on your social media, say, hey, I just wrote this post, 5 secrets to online visibility. Click here to read it. Okay, so that's a call to action with your social media. You can even do it whenever you're doing reels or short videos or any type of video. You're leading them someplace that's going to give them a gift for them to get on your email list. The third way to get visible, and it's one of my favorite ways, and it is not talked about very often, and it's guest posting. You want to go and write blog posts on other people's websites that are already scoring high on Google. So if your niche is gut health, you want to go to Google and type in gut health guest post. Or just type in type in gut health, and then look for the top 10 natural searches. Then look at those websites and see if they accept guest posts. If they do, then follow whatever directions they have. And if you can't find anything, send them an email saying, hey, I'd love to write an article for you entitled the number one way for gut health, right? Something like that. Idea that you're giving them, and then see what they respond for. Because at the bottom of your guest post, what are you going to do? You guessed it. You're going to have a link for them to download a gift, right? So at the end of it, this post is by Cindy J. Holbrook, The Visibility Wiz. Click here and get your free visibility checklist at visibilitychecklist.com. Right away, I'm collecting emails from the blog post, from the guest posting. The fourth way to get visible is by speaking. And speaking can do all kinds of things. You can speak and you can never get a client, or you can speak and you can get thousands of clients. It's all about what your call to action is. So if you are speaking just to share information, you're just being visible, period. Right? Just sharing information. There's no call to action. There's nothing. You're just like, hey, here's 5 tips to be visible online. But you can take it a step further and you can build your list with it. And you can say, hey, So if you're building your list with it, then you're offering people a free gift. But also with speaking, you can directly get clients with speaking. Of the 5, there's only 2 ways. Well, this one, the 5th way, isn't really a direct way to get clients. But with speaking, you can, if you are allowed to offer a free strategy call, a free sales call, or if you're allowed to literally sell from stage, you can make money on stage. So you have to know why you're speaking. Are you speaking for visibility? Are you speaking to get leads, or are you speaking to get clients? So if you're speaking for visibility, there's no call to action for an email list or a product. If you're speaking for leads, your call to action is your email list. And if you're speaking for clients, you have a paid call to action. And sometimes those can be hard to come by, but so remember the difference between the speaking. The 5th way to get in front of your ideal clients is collaboration. It's simply, hey, Cindy, you can be on my Facebook Live, and then I'll be on yours. You can promote my product launch, and I'll promote yours. We can hop and we can do a webinar together, or we can be on each other's podcasts, whatever it might be. But it's collaborating with other experts that have your ideal audience. So anytime you collaborate with another expert, be 100% for sure that they are serving your ideal audience. And also you want to like them, because you want it to be a win-win-win for everybody. It's a win for you. You get in front of your ideal clients. It's a win for the other expert. They get in front of their ideal clients. It's a win for your clients because they get exposed to more people, more ideas. So remember, visibility in of itself is not going to get you clients. Visibility, the main purpose of it is to get leads. And the 5 ways to get in front of your ideal clients is social media, your blog, guest posting, speaking, and collaboration. And next week, I will be speaking about influence. So now that you have these leads, how do you influence them to take action? And what actions do you want them to take? That's what we'll be talking about next week on the Biz Success in 15. Remember to go to visibilitychecklist.com and download your visibility checklist. Big hugs, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.